Hi everybody, welcome to Mark Bajerski YouTube channel. I thought I'd just do a short video, well, we'll see how long it lasts, of the world and darkness. And of course, now that I'm talking about darkness, in my ear I've got banging next door, because that's what happens without even realizing the power of darkness, which is very, very, very powerful indeed. And that's what you get. You might not hear it, but it's really loud. So as soon as you start to flow or get into that energy, there is sometimes an energy of darkness that tries to penetrate, and that's with everything we do. And that's why most people find they're distracted by something or somebody because of this darkness. And what is this darkness? What is it? How do we define it? How do we understand it? How do we relate to it? And how are we aware of it when it happens? I mean, listen to that. That has not been going on. This is like mega loud. Why? Because whatever I'm saying has meaning. It has meaning. And that meaning is going to affect you in a positive way, for sure. It's going to make you understand how darkness works. It wants to stop me from my flow. It wants to stop me in any way it can. So it will use any form of anger, any form of fear, any form of abrasiveness within people to start to do something and make them do it more and more and more. Why is that? Because darkness is a very clever manipulating energy. But, and there's a massive but here, there's also an amazing energy of power, of light, of love, of healing, of strength, of encouragement, courage, warrior energy, all of the light in this world that is there all the time. So this is what we are, and this is what we could be, and this is what we could do in our life if we choose. And that is the whole point. We choose to be angry, we choose to be bitter, we choose to be sad, jealous, we choose to be love, we choose to let go of the pain and the suffering, the fear, and buying into the darkness. So how does it work? How does darkness work? Why are we in a position right now in this world that so many people are manipulated by darkness, and so many people have sold their soul, and so many people have just surrendered their self to this darkness? Well, is darkness a bad thing? Well, let's think about that. When you are in a bad mood and you're screaming and shouting, or let's say you're at a punch bag, and let's say it's not a human being, let's say it's a punch bag in a gym, and you're showing your anger and you're fighting, you're banging, is there a form of release there? There is. So there's something in that. Some people get angry because they feel as if they're letting go. So when people scream and shout, it's a form of release, it's letting go. So you could be fooled by saying that anger sometimes is a good thing. A bit like where spiritual people tell you to go to a top of a mountain and scream because you're releasing. But actually the energy of screaming and crying out and banging that bang is kind of negative, it's kind of dark, right? It isn't the most positive thing we do. So you can understand how some people buy into that, and some people fall for it, and some people use that all the time. So they use it in a way of, let's say, a man abusing their wife, saying negative things, having a go at them all the time. That's darkness that's penetrated into them, that is feeding all the time. Now, what does it feed? How does it feed? And what actually happens? What I've noticed is when two people who used to sit next to me, who came for counselling in the sense of spiritual counselling, they've been to counsellors, nothing helped, they're sat there now, they're just lost, they don't know what to do, whether to stay together or not. I start to speak to them, but in words of healing. And as I'm giving them words of healing, I can see within either the man or the woman their knee-jerk reactions inside meaning the darkness coming out. So as I'm giving love, I'm getting anger coming out. So what am I looking at? How is this working? Where is that anger? Is it trapped anger, or is it manufactured by the brain? Is this darkness weaving into them? All of the above. It's not one single thing that will manipulate a human being. This is the thing. Everybody wants it very cut and dry. Not always the case. There's many attacks on many levels all the time. So I'm watching this man. He's getting more angrier because he's now starting to have these feelings of the weakness within him, meaning jealousy. So he's got jealousy over his wife. His wife's beautiful. Lots of people are always all over her on social media, and I can feel the jealousy building up. Now, that jealousy wasn't there before, because when I felt his energy, it wasn't there, but it's starting to accumulate. It's now accumulating. So where's it accumulating? In the mind. I'm feeling the mind starting to project an energy that then runs down to the heart. The heart starts beating faster, starts getting more angrier. Then the head becomes more expanded in energy and colour, which is more darker now. It's more of a heavier, denser colour. And I can feel the anger. I feel the strain starting to fall on him. He's becoming heavier, he's becoming more angrier, and now the teeth are now squeezing together. Now he's getting really, really stressed with what he's accumulating in his mind. It's his own thought and feeling. This is his own illusion that he's creating, that nothing's actually happened. Why are you getting all upset when nothing's happened? She's not with anybody. It's all your thoughts and feelings are creating this. So darkness can easily slip in. What happens is this awakening of the dark entering into the mind, because of the mind starting to think of what the possibilities could happen and what she could do, leave him for another man, blah, 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 or a woman. In this case, it was another woman. So all of a sudden now he's opening. By the way, I'm thinking of two people. I've got two people in my mind who I remember. So his mind is getting more stressed, more stress. This here now is closing to love but opening to darkness. So a lot of people won't talk about this because they don't know, they don't see it. Then they're healers, but sometimes they don't see things. And other people have no idea what's going on at that particular moment. I studied this. What I'm watching here is a duality of the opening of, let's say, darkness coming in, or entities, or negativity, or dark energy, dirty energy, whatever you want to call it, is opening up now. It's crying out for that energy to come in. Now the love and the healing and that energy, when you open up your crown chakra for all the love and the positivity and the magic and the miracles and all of the healing that comes in, is now shutting down. So it's a twofold energy of your aura opening up for light or dark. So you become the antenna for darkness. You turn yourself to a radio channel, which is, hey, I want to hear darkness. I want to hear anger. I want to hear heavy metal. Not that heavy metal's bad or anything, but you know what I mean? It's all become so heavy and so angry, and so now you're in that mode. The lady next to me is in the mode of love, is in the mode of healing. She is opening up, but she's opening up of love. Love is coming in, healing's coming in. She's crying, she's letting go of the pain and suffering. She's trying to understand why her partner is like he is. She doesn't understand. She's done nothing wrong. She walks, she talks, she gets up, she makes her breakfast, she looks after the children, she does all the wonderful things, but he's still angry at her. Why? Because somebody may have looked at her, a man may have looked at her, or a woman in this case, looked at her, and he just don't know what to do. But she's not looking back. She's not interested. She's happy and busy with her life, but he doesn't see it. He's getting more angrier. He's creating more of a story. This story is blowing out, and it's getting bigger and bigger, and darkness is weaving into him. He's coming into him. Hey, look at this guy. He's open. He wants more darkness. He's calling for it. So let's get in there. Let's cause him more pain and suffering. Let's give him what he's asking for. He's asking for dark food. Let's feed it him. So he's being fed all the time. So you can see now what's going on. That is just a glimpse. That is just a fraction of how this all works. When you look at MPs, when you look at all these people who manipulate and do things without a heart energy, without a thought of what could be the outcome of something. Sorry, I forgot the word, but you know what I mean? All the things that these people do, they're blinded to what they're doing and what the effect could be in a negative way. So the consequences is zero. They don't even think like that. Why is that? Because inside them there is darkness. darkness that weaves inside them, that kills the spirit, that kills the consciousness, in the sense of there is a lack of connection. So now they are not the same person. There is not the consciousness within them anymore. There is only darkness in them, and that what weaves around their consciousness. If that consciousness is still there, are there people in this world that have a different consciousness, a different spirit? Yes, there is, and that's another story. But let's stick to this negativity, why people do bad things, why dark energy enters into you, why dark energy is such an addiction to most people. Why? Because most people from being born have been slapped as a baby, slapped before, they've had the cord cut, now they're screaming, all of this pain and suffering, lots of little things happening, doom, another one, doom, another one. All of these poisons and all of this nastiness as coming into them. You know, breast milk. No, you don't need to worry about breast milk. Take this other stuff, poison stuff. So everything is happening on a level that they're getting less and less love and more abuse. So as we get older, the mum does their best, dad does their best to help, but now we put them into a school, and now they're brainwashed. They're told negative things. They're told to be robots. They're told, and they're bombarded with negativity. In the playgrounds, they're fighting, they're screaming. There's not much love. There's jealousy, because no teacher talks about jealousy and why everybody has these feelings. They don't talk as they get older how maybe at home they're abused, and now they bring that abuse into school, and then a beautiful child is now abused by the abuser, and so on. And it grows in this way where everything on TV is about, I need this, you need that, you need the better coat, you need the better shoes. I can't go to school, mum, because I haven't got the perfect shoes, I haven't got the perfect Nikes, because everybody else has got them. And then the pain and suffering, and now all of a sudden you realize people are being brainwashed into having something that makes them happy. And then they realize when they get so old that they're not happy with all of those things. But let's just say we're now a teenager. Teenage years comes along, and then all of the bombardment of negative energies that when we open up, as we are, as the change within us, the puberty and all the other things that start to happen. Nobody talks about that. Nobody even knows anything about it, because they don't want to talk about energy. They don't want to talk about how we change and how things happen in our body. So we just bombard them with more nonsense and stop it. You're a naughty child, and oh my God, teenage years. Oh my God, I can't wait till they're another 2 years from now. Oh, what am I going to do with this crazy teenager? And so on. So we bombard our children with negativity. We feed them and give them all the junk and the nonsense, and we tell them what's good and what isn't good. And the TV is constantly bombarding them with lies, manipulations, and another kind of addiction. Not drugs, but clothes, outfits, pop stars, singers, dancers, heroes. This is who you should be like. This is who you should be. Not, hey, ignore all that. Look at you. You're the hero. You're the star. You're the amazing. None of that. So all the time we are lowering our consciousness. We're lowering our power. We're giving our power away. And thus it's easy to manipulate children. It's easy to manipulate adults, because they're still children. Adults are still kids. They haven't grown up. They change slightly, but they're still kids inside. They're still, I've seen adults who are spoiled, ego-driven, pride, and nasty, and angry, and bitter, and jealous. So all of these things can happen to humans. They can happen to humanity because of the programming that we are so used to 24/7. However, if we have, and we have not just the tools, if we have the information, and if we see this and all the things that are said in many videos that people talk about self-help, once you see it, you can then start to heal from it. You can start to, okay, wow, that makes sense. I get it now. And when you get it, you can transform your life, because Nobody's ever told you this. Nobody ever tells you this out of school, certainly not at university. They just want to turn you out into a robot so then you go and do what you're meant to do. How many people from university walk out and think to themselves, I've been hard done by here. They told me that after this degree that I'd be fine, and I know loads of people with degrees who don't have any jobs, struggling, that they've no idea about how to live life, they're green behind the ears because they don't know how, they're not streetwise, they don't know what to do with their life because they've been programmed. And that is the point. It's easy. Once you've been programmed from all the school systems and right up to the point where you leave university, you're programmed. You're programmed to behave, you're programmed to do, you're programmed by the limited knowledge that you've read in a book or that you've been told by your teachers. But you know nothing about life. You know nothing about life. If I talked to you about life, you wouldn't even know what to say. If I talked to you about a certain situation of life, you wouldn't know what to do because you've never experienced it. Everything that most people experience is what they've been brainwashed and programmed to do. And that's why it's so easy, coming back to the very end of this conversation, so easy to see how simple it is to feed people negativity. It's so easy to put fear into people. It's so simple for the darkness to come straight in to your crown chakra when you're feeling bad, when you're lost, when you don't know what to do, when you're angry, when you're frustrated. You see, there's no tools. There's no understanding. So many people out there, when you wonder why they do these things, maybe now it gives you an idea why they do these things. Is it their fault? Not really. So is it good to be angry at this? No, it's not good to be angry. You can say, just stop and get yourself off. But don't be angry with these people because they know no better. They know no better. I was 38 years old. I didn't know any better until I worked on myself, till I said, what's going on with me? Looking at myself in the mirror for the first time and having the courage to say, okay, let me see who this person is. Let me see who you really are. Let me see what you are now. Let me see what's happened to you in your life. Let me see all your faults and all the things that you have no idea about, and let's unlearn all that and start again. Let's start to find the tools to be able to heal ourselves from that absolute perfect chess game of the creation of the system, of how it churns out robots that go to work 24/7, 7 days a week, keep working till they drop down dead, have children, you know what I mean, all the things that it makes you be and do because it's told you you're a good boy if you get married, you're a good boy if you have 2.2 children, or was. Now, no more children. Climate change, no children. It's all a game. It's all, if there's any children, just close your ears now. It's all a shit show. That's what it is. And that's the bottom line. So you've got to understand all of this, how it works. But as a healer, I talked fast then because I wanted to get as much out as I could. As a healer, we see energy. We see how it works. We can see the manipulation of dark energy in anybody. It can happen to anybody. It can happen to me. And I have to be aware of that. And wow, I've got some negative energy in me now. Why is that? Stop. Why am I feeling this way? What's happened for me to open up and allow that energy in, and for me to change my antenna from being love to actually darkness, to anger? These things are amazing, because the more you look at yourself when you're angry and ask yourself why, this is like going to the gym and building your spiritual muscles. It really is. Right? Why did I say that? Why did I react to that person? Why am I getting mad at that? At the end of the day, this is all an illusion. The reaction is an illusion. Nothing's happened. You haven't been killed. Nobody's hurt you. You know what I mean? Nobody's coming at you with a hammer. So why are you reacting like this? What's triggering you? What's triggering me? Let's have a look at that, and let's go and sit down and just think about it. And work on it and heal ourselves from it. Become stronger by being a healer, helping, giving, sharing, caring, making a difference in the world. You know, there's a saying, the more good food you put in your mouth, the more healing food you put in your mouth, the less crap you put in your mouth. That's the same with energy. The more good energy that you give, the more good energy that you do, the less crap that you create, and the less crap that you allow in, the less darkness you allow in, and the less darkness that you create. So yes, you can create darkness. Yes, you can call for darkness, and darkness is always there. It's waiting there like a snake. It's like this all the time. Where is it? Where's the next person? And then it breaks off, and then it carries on, and there's another person. Oh, it comes straight into you. Tracy's not happy with Mark today because of whatever. Ooh, straight into Tracy. Tracy's getting mad now and saying nasty things. Tracy isn't nasty, but Tracy's allowed that energy. She's creating that energy. So the choice is yours. Again, ultimately, the choice is yours. What do you choose to be? What do you choose to think? What do you choose to feel? What do you choose to create every time you open that gob of yours? Every time you cast a spell by speaking. And I'm not talking about other people. I'm talking about yourself. This is generally you. Because if you keep having a go at other people, you're having a go at yourself. You are creating that what you're doing to other people. So when you're saying nasty things, you're creating nasty things within yourself. Because the consciousness, the energy, there's no bias. If it's negative, it's negative. It's positive, it's positive. So your choice is your choice. It's not like, ooh, darkness is coming for you all the time. It's just waiting for you to create it. So are you going to create it today? Or are you going to let it go? Are you going to have a beautiful day and make the most of your day? Are you going to create love, happiness, joy? Are you going to create the inner healer that you are? Create healing within your body to heal the trauma, the past, the pain. All those years that you've gone through that pain. Isn't it a beautiful moment to exercise that and clear it away? How do you do that? By letting it go. By seeing it, facing it, and letting it go. My dad was an abuser, but I love him. Let it go. Didn't like what he did. That don't mean I didn't love him. Of course I loved him. I just didn't like what he did. Let it go. Let it go. Become the better, become the stronger, become the most amazing soul that you can. Show the world, show yourself how you can live in peace and harmony. Yeah, you're going to fall, you're going to trip. Darkness is going to come in, but you're going to win more and more. And it's going to be less and less, and you're going to clear it faster and faster. You're going to become a better and better soul in so many ways. Happier, more happier every day. I woke up happy. This week I woke up happy 4 times. What about last week? 3 times. So you're doing what about next week? Not sure, but I'm going to try and do more. I'm going to exercise my right to do better inside myself, to be a better person. How do you do that? I'm going to eat better food. I'm going to look and spend time and effort. I'm going to work on eating better and healthier. So if I eat healthy, I'm going to think healthy. Who am I going to surround myself with? A lot nicer people. Why? Because if I'm surrounded by nicer people, I'm going to be happier. I'm going to laugh more. So you know what, this week I'm going to not surround myself with family who are just always a pain in the backside. Okay, I'm going to give myself a break from them. Small doses, arm's length, please. Why? I just need to heal. I'm not strong enough this week. I love you with all my heart, but I'm not strong enough for that. Okay? You've got to have strength. You've got to be able to say no. By saying no to everybody, you're saying yes to yourself. And that's not selfish. Darkness is always around. Yin and yang, good and bad, light and dark. It's always there. Let's not just say that darkness is a bad thing. But when we see it and think, whoa, there's some darkness there. See, now it's weaved into that person. So now you can separate the fact that darkness has been weaved into somebody, and it's not particularly the person in the sense of, oh, that darkness is manipulating that person more and more, and it does. It absolutely does. You open up for darkness, it's coming in and it's going to manipulate you, and it's going to make you say and do things that you wish you hadn't done, because when you said it, you go, why did I say that? Why did I do that? Of course, because that's not who you are. That's darkness that comes and then goes. So it's all around, but so is light. But so is light. Don't take this as fear. Don't take this message as fear. It's not fear. It's giving you the tools to see. So why do you think I cleanse? Why do you think I use my oils? Why do you think I use sage? Why do you think I use Palo, Santo sticks every day? Why do you think I meditate? Why do you think I talk as beautiful as I can? Why do you think I share good things? Why do you think I care? Why do you think I gift? It's obvious. I'm attracting positive energy. I'm attracting light into me. I'm creating light within me. So what's the opposite of that? And who are you? Are you the light, or are you creating the dark and allowing it in? These are just simple questions, not to hurt, not to make you feel bad, not to point a finger at you, because if I'm pointing a finger at you, look, there's 3 pointing back at me. So forget it. I'm not hurting you. I'm just sharing what I've gone through over these 20 years, and I'm still working on it. And so is probably every Babaji in the world. Don't ever think that anybody's enlightened. They're not. They're just working on their enlightenment, and they fall every day. Trust me, they do. Their thoughts, their feelings, their actions, of course they do. It's life. I hope this conversation serves you well, and I hope the serving that I've given you is food for thought. You're in my heart and prayers. Thank you so much, guys, for going to markbajerski.com and buying your authentic spiritual shamanic tools, crystals, incense and oils. I hope they make a difference in your life and make you feel better and stronger. And whenever there is darkness, you're able to recognize it and clear it away much faster. But don't get upset with yourself. Keep working on you. You're doing a great job. Love you all. From my heart to yours.